Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're going to explore some mana artifacts. So, this is back in the days when, not even Explorer, back when this deck was relevant in Modern, it was the Ensoul Artifact deck. Basically, we get really small artifacts, we ensoul them so that they're 5/5s, and we beat our opponent in the face with that. Very aggressive kind of deck. Now, with the Ixalan release, we also have now the Zoetic Glyph, which makes our artifact into a 5/4 as an enchantment aura. But also, whenever it gets put in the graveyard, we get to discover 3. So we can discover another Ensoul artifact, Glass Casket, basically any card in the deck. That's the idea of this deck. It's very aggressive, very fast, very low to the ground. But there are some advantages to the cards that we're running. For example, if we have Ornithopter out as a 0/2 on turn 1, and then on turn 2 we turn into an artifact, it is not just a 5/5, right? It says Enchant Artifact is a creature with base power and toughness 5/5 in addition to its other types. So that means that it is a 0/2 turned into a 5/5, but it still has flying. So hopefully we can kind of push through with all these damage dealers. Let's talk about the whole deck list. So of course, the heart of the deck is the 4 Ensoul Artifact and the 4 Zoetic Glyphs. Those are what's making our creatures turn into artifacts, turn into big creatures, into 5/5s. And then of course, in the early game, we want to have 3 Ornithopters, 3 Network Disruptor, so that we have either a 0-drop or a 1-drop, but both are flying. We also have 4 Spyglass Siren. Of course, we cannot target Spyglass Siren with our enchanted artifact, but the map token we can. Then we also have 4 Witness Protection that can remove one of our opponent's very scary creature if we need to, and we can also basically cascade into it or discover into it, which is pretty good. I also have 4 Gingerbrute. This is an artifact that we can turn to 5/5 with haste, and our opponent can't really block it if we use its ability. Now, something to remember, the 1 mana ability is that Gingerbrute can't be blocked this turn except by other creatures with haste. That means creature with haste can't block it. I always forget, so gotta be a little bit careful. And I also put in my super secret tech 3 Sogai Lantern. There's so many graveyard synergy decks out there, and if not, we can at least catch like a Treasure Cruise decks, right? So Sogai Lantern isn't that bad, but it's also an artifact. So guess what? We can just use Sogai Lantern as a 5/5 creature if we need it to be that 5/5 creature. Alright, and then in the 2-drop, we have 2 Glass Casket as a removal that we can turn into 5/5 creatures to hit our opponents with. Michiko's Reign of Truth. If our opponent's tapped out, we play Michiko Reign of Truth. We can overrun our opponent with a big board. And then we also have 4 Subterranean Schooner, so we can screw our opponent. Sounds wrong, but it's exactly what we're going to do. Alright, so as for the whole deck list without lands, then if you look at the land base, 21 lands only. We're very aggressive. We got 1 Aganjo, 2 Planks, 1 Otawara, 2 islands. Those are our monocolor lands. And then we want to be able to hit off very fast. Now, I don't have all the lands, like I always don't. So, what I'm going to run is 4 Adarkar Wastes. Life is not going to be too much of an issue in this deck. We're going to have 1 Hallowed Fountain, just because I don't have that many. I would run 4 Hallowed Fountain and cut some Adarkar Wastes. 4 Hengegate Pathway. This is a pretty good card to let us decide on play on blue or white. 4 Seachrome Coast, which is very good in the early game because we want to be able to kind of burst out. And then 2 Darksteel Citadel. Now, if you have 4 Hallowed Fountain, I would add 3 Hallowed Fountain, and then I will have to cut 3 lands. I will probably cut 1 Adarkar Waste, 1 Hengegate Path, or actually no, probably 2 Adarkar Waste, and 1 Seachrome Coast. Seachrome Coast is great, but I hate to draw a late game. So that's kind of what the best version edits that I would give right now. Let's go ahead and try out this deck. Very aggressive, which I know that I don't like to play that often, but on Explorer, basically you're either playing an aggressive deck or you're playing some sort of a combo deck. There are no other plays. You can try control, but you're just gonna get outblasted by, Thoughtseize and things like that. So let's hope we can come out of the gate swinging. And obviously, play an aggressive deck, it is very important that we get to go first. And if we don't, we're going to fight from the back foot, which I don't mind, but I'm going to try to make the best of it. Okay, we get to see our first opponent, the Freakmeister. Alright, he's a Freakmeister. Your opponent goes first. There it is. Alright, we have no buffs, except the Michiko. I think we can keep with the Michiko, right? And let's try it out. This is my first time playing this deck, so I want to see... Do I really care about the Spyglass Siren? Or should I start hitting him? Gotta start hitting him. Blue-white control. Well, even though I said that no one's playing control, I feel like this deck is control. Alright, what does this do? When it enters the battlefield, exile target card. I can sack it. That's not very useful. Let's go in for an attack. Did they kill our Siren? I do like that glyph. Now they're gonna hold up a counterspell. Shark Typhoon for a cycle. Alright, first opponent is already control, which is very good against what we're bringing, which is aggro. And also, let's not forget, the worst thing about fighting against control is that they got to go first. Control never goes first. So, not sure what I'm gonna do here. I mean, the Michiko kind of feels bad. I'm pretty sure he's gonna counter whatever I play, right? So, do I just play the Zoetic Glyph? Have him counter that? You already saw the Glyph. I'll have it injured the way we want it to be. Maybe he'll stop a soul guy. Alright, well, this deck is not going to fight this deck very well. And we met the one deck that's bad against us, so, or good against us, we're bad against. Because this is just all control. And basically, if they remove anything we have on board, we're just going to not be able to do the damage we want to. Still got to fight it out, you know? It might be a grind, but it's a grind that we have to try out. Alright, a Gonjo. That is not what I expected. I can sack it to draw a card. No, I cannot. I can sack it to exile his graveyard. Alright, is Wandering Emperor time. It's gonna exile the Spyglass Siren, and then I will cry in the corner, because this is a very slow hand for what we got, and also, well, I guess I can Glyph right now. Let's not go crazy here. And forget to play my stuff. If he wants to counter it, he's going Dovin's Veto. Good. He wants to counter it, which means that he cannot play the Emperor this turn. He still has something. Even whilst doing all that, he still has something. Does he have a Supreme Verdict? Shark Typhoon for 0 again. I don't think that's how you play the Shark Typhoon, but hey, you know what? If they get a board wipe, that's all they need. Even if they don't. Temporary lockdown. Oh. Can I get anything out of that? Alright, do I have a removal for temporary lockdown? I don't think so. Definitely not with a Gingerbrute. I can deal 1 damage. And what I'm gonna do after that. It's a fairy. Alright, you know what? This has been going on long enough. Yeah, I guess because we queue up with an Azorius color, the matchmaker would just say, hey, Azorius, You know what you like to play? Mirror. So even though it's not the same deck, it's the same color. Ah, frustrating. Every time I play aggro, I face control. Every time I play control, I face aggro. But somehow, I keep losing. You assign specific companions, sleeves, emote, and avatar. Actually, no. Every time I play aggro, I face, you know, board wipe removal control. And every time I play board wipe removal control, I face mill. Alright, well, we don't get to go first anyways. Again. That's a good hand, but if our opponents just kind of remove everything we play, it won't matter as much. Ooh. Do we just brute him right now? Mountain is interesting. He's mono red? He's not mono red. No way he's mono red. Yeah. Ooh, goblins. Alright. Let's go. What does this do? Other goblins gets +1/+1. What does this do? May cast goblins. Top card of your library is a goblin. It has all activated abilities. Okay, just activated is not as scary. So, should we just Ensoul? Our Michiko give this make this into a 3/3, right? How good is Ensoul right now? You wanna block? You're not gonna block. Bottleneck on blue though right now, so gotta figure out a way. I don't think he's gonna block either. He can sacrifice his goblin to add mana. Just to kill the Gingerbrute? I mean, I guess. Protects himself against some damage, but I'm not sure if I agree with that. Alright, well, let's see here. We can make that a legitimate businessman. Do we want to do that? Do we want to Ensoul? Okay, this is coming down on blue for sure. So the question is, do I Ensoul here? I get Gingerbrute, and then Ensoul the Gingerbrute and attack for 5. I don't think he's gonna block, right? Yeah, this is gonna feel bad because my mana is kind of off curve here. For the lack of blue. Alright, you're a nothing. Chain Wheeler. So deal 1 damage to each creature opponent control and each planeswalker. That's pretty good. I can glyph my Darksteel Citadel as a blocker. Will that be useful? Would he have removal? I don't think he has that easy of a removal, right? This is bad. Blue, blue, white. I don't think he can block a 5. Well, I don't think he can get through a 5/4 indestructible. So let's see what he does. 5/4 indestructible. It's something. If he can't get through, I'm gonna start attacking with flyers. Actually, how would he fight against a 5/4 indestructible? Fable. Alright, that's not getting through yet. I get another, but I want to start attacking with flying, right? So let's go. Now I have a 7. He will probably just take the 7, right? So if I have a blocker here, it's probably more important than an attacker. He can't block the flying. I should attack with Michiko. I think he would have, well, I guess either way it wouldn't matter as much. I don't have flying to get through the last damage. But I forgot that he has a Fatal Push top deck. He could play Goblin Chainwheeler here and just deal 1 damage to me. But that's about all he can do. Wow. Did not expect that. Maybe he has another Fatal Push. Why would he do that? That's such a bad play. Okay. Did you forget that I have Indestructible? Did not forget I have Indestructible. Alright, I can tap this. Then the Michiko is a 6/6. How will he block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, then he plays the Chainwheeler again from the Call of the Death Dweller. I don't know. What can I tap how here that matter? If I tap this, how would he block? He'll probably block 1 at a time on the Michiko, bring them all back. Yeah. I don't think this matters too much here. He's gonna get Menace, so blocking here won't matter as much. That's fine, it's GG. Not enough flying to do the damage, and then he'll overrun me this turn with the Revive. I have a 5/4 blocker. No, it was not fun. I don't know if I played that game incorrectly, but I do know this deck has not gone first once. So at least that wasn't another control deck. It was just, we're both aggro. Our opponent was more aggro than we are. Yay. Ooh, we get to go first with a horrendous hand. How do we get 4 lands out of 20? That's our hand, ladies and gentlemen. I can put back a Hallowed Fountain. Do we put back a fountain or a waste? Maybe a waste. Because everything is blue, right? So we'll put back a waste. Alright, well, let's just go. I don't know what that was. It was like a thing on top of our card. Thespian Stage, Strict Proctor. Very nice. Why don't your Proctor just not proct? That would be nice too. Alright, down to 8. Ensoul, aggro, let's go. GG. Oh, that was fun. That was what I expected the deck to do. I don't know. It's some sort of like white glossy background. Is the server down? But we got that aggro win, which is what I love. At least we're able to get one off. Don't forget to check your mail. Thanks for making like free gifts something that we have to look and dig for. It used to be that when you log in, it just shows up on your opening screen and be like, hey, there's this thing for you for free. Now you have to dig for it. I think there was something wrong with the server because now it's not letting me play any games. Currently waiting 30 seconds. 32 seconds. Player with mythic orange names are Wizard of the Close employees. Make sure to say hello. Well, maybe those orange mythic names should be working on the, game server, trying to get it to run. A minute of wait, it's not that bad. I just thought it was DCing me. All right, playing against Glue Glue. We got to go first. One game. One out of the 4 games that we played. So I should start making a tracker of how many times we're gonna go first, because it definitely feels like it's 25% or lower. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Thoughtseas. There goes our glyph. I mean, yep. That's fine. The glyph did the damage. Somehow, though, we drew 4 lands out of 20 again. Bloodtide Harvester. Very nice. I can't even, remove anything with this. I can make my Gingerbrute unblockable. Is that worth it, though? There's nothing in the graveyard, honestly, so... We'll just do this. Liliana of the Veil.
A fight? And you think you can win?
I mean, you're helping me here.
Me.
I don't have much cards to play, so you're helping me here. You want to attack? Kill the Gingerbrute? I mean, there's another one. What? What kind of a play was that?
Now you've got my attention.
Schooner. Time for us to scroon. Alright, we're gonna scroon off soon. This is horrible. Rakdos, yeah, we got scammed. We got scammed pretty hard here. Sack a creature, you don't say.
Sacrifices must be made.
Graveyard Trespasser. He still has a card, or that's the blood token. It's probably the blood token. Ooh, a land. Actually a useful land here. It's gonna let it go.
It's no fun when they hit back.
You... what? Oh god. Alright. I guess. Scammed. Fully scammed. Attacking? Do I exile their graveyard or do I try to draw a card? Second Brute. Pretty brutal. That is not a card. How many lands did I draw? 6? I have 20 lands in this deck. 6? I drew more lands than regular. Oh, whatever, you know. I can get salty all I want, but it's just how sometimes the game plays. He's pitching his Fable. He has 5 cards in his graveyard, which is not enough to take Croxet. Nah, I'll hold it. Maybe if Croxet, you know, comes back out somehow, I can at least discard a card. Ooh. He thought it was a card. He thought it was a card. Okay, so I can Michiko the Gingerbrute. I don't think I want to attack with the Schooner. Down to 6. Alright, let's see who's scamming who. Wanna play a Croxa? I guess we're discarding a card anyways. This is non-land card. I just thought whoever didn't discard. Alright, well, still not dead. Do I have creatures in my graveyard? I don't. I'll take your 4. Not blocking. Haha. That's a 6/6. Can't block except with creature, except by creatures with haste. I did no cancel. Stupid. Die, die. Trying to scam me. I'll show you who's scammed. See that white background? I don't know where that came from, but you know, our Ensoul did his thing. We got our win, and I'm pretty happy about that win. So I am salty a little bit that we got to go first like 1 game out of like the 4 games that we played. So we're gonna try another game. Gotta run soon, but I'm gonna try another game. Hopefully I get 1 more win. Who knows, right? It feels really bad. I think I might have gone for once out of 5 games. Or did I go first that game too? I lost count. Honestly, I lost count because I'm so salty. But I think this is a deck that is very hinged on that aggressive burst start. So the good thing about the deck is it has a finisher. It has a finisher in terms of the Gingerbrute. It's not very easy to kind of block. Okay, next our opponent is Ultraverso. Hello, Ultra. Can I go? No, I cannot go first. It's a good hand, but honestly, not going first is just gonna make me sad. So we will. I guess we'll brute them. I mean, do we brute them for the 1 damage? What are we doing after this? It's an aggressive deck. Let's get the aggro start. Rafine's Informant. Alright, it's that deck. I mean, that was turn 2, so I guess I'm already screwed. Yeah. Yeah, that's a game we can play, I guess. Three Soul-Guy Lanterns, heart of the deck. I didn't draw it. Against this deck, I did not draw it. Here comes that. Oh, okay. So I might have another turn. I thought it was just going to be Greasefang turn 3 and I just crashed. Opponent goes first, right? Turn 2, toss their best card. Turn 3, Greasefang. I'm just going to cry. Come at me, bro. You want to attack? Whoa. What? Oh, you think I care about 3 damage? I'm already gonna die. I was hoping to top deck a Soul Guy Lantern there. Didn't do it. I mean, honestly, like... What? No, come on. What is in our graveyard? They did not play it last turn while I was tapped out. I don't think they're going to play it again unless they draw it immediately. So... Alright, let's see who's on the faster clock. Do you have it? If you have your greasy little fang, that's GG. It's fine though. I mean, it's a fast game at least if that happens. Okay, not the right tap either. I don't know why you want a green. Alright, what are they? Flying creature or unblockable creature? Probably the flying creature. Felt like a removal there for a second there. So, do we screw? We'll screw them. We'll screw the heck out of them. Just letting the explore happen. I don't need another one of those. Can I get a Soul Guy Lantern, please? It is double blocking, so I get to kill one of them. Okay, I think I have a pretty good grasp of the game now. Because I can auto-aura whatever creature he plays next turn. Or whatever, whenever he Grease Fangs, right? I can auto-aura the enchantment, or not, equipment. What am I saying? I can auto-aura the vehicle. There you go. Oof, can't talk. Alright, Stitcher Supplier. Unless he has removal, right? Unless he has removal. That's the only thing. Alright, he doesn't get his Grease Fang, so your little greasy fangs won't get to me. All that mill, 14 cards, he didn't get the Grease Fang. Unfortunate for our opponent, very fortunate for us. You could have removal though. Ezeka's Chariot. Okay, that's fine. It's not flying. He also taps himself out, which makes me pretty happy. So, he has no place if I just Zoetic Glyph this flying creature right here. I'm going for 6. GG! Sorry you couldn't get your Grease Fang out, but I had an answer for it anyways. Not that they could have seen it, but to be fair, that game was teetering on the edge. If our opponent had Grease Fang turn 3, we would have just died. So, it was a game we played. Alright, so now it makes me feel a little bit better about this deck. I do like this deck though. Ensoul Artifact is always one of those decks that I feel very near and dear to my heart because I feel like it's a good combo. It's tricky, but it is not just, oh, I play one card and I'm winning off the burns. Or not one card, one type of card, and I'm winning off the burns, right? You have to get the proper board presence to Ensoul your artifact, and you have to think about, you know, what do I put the Ensoul on? A creature that can block, a creature that flies, whatever the case, it's not as easy. And I think the biggest win, the biggest lesson that I can learn today was probably against that Goblin deck. I'm not sure I'm sure I didn't play it perfectly. I'm not sure where the mistake was, but I feel like there were probably better avenues to play it out. Now that I know what kind of deck they're playing, right? Throwing out the Gingerbrute, that easily might have been wrong. I should have held still until I can put some bigger things on the Gingerbrute so that it's not easily removed. I think that's probably what's wrong with that game. But again, like I said, I don't know. I have to revisit it and I have to play again and again to figure it out. It's a fun deck though. I do recommend it because it's a Soul Guy Lantern. This is the biggest reason why I wanted to try this deck, because I saw so many graveyard synergy decks that I feel like a deck with Soul Guy Lantern can really basically kind of fight against that, counter against that. But I couldn't figure out what Soul Guy Lantern, what deck Soul Guy Lantern runs very well in, except this deck. This deck makes Soul Guy Lantern part of the deck, part of the ship, part of the crew. It is fun, right? Because you can make your Soul Guy Lantern into a 5/5 and then start swinging with a lantern. Alright, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me on this Friday Night Explore, and I will see you guys next time.